Pocket money. Dad wanted a meeting. I have a good idea, he said. Chick groaned. I don't like the sound of this, he said. Dad had a big piece of paper. I don't like the look of it either, said Biff. It's no fun on holiday, went on Dad, if Mom and I do all the work. That's true, said Mom. There are still lots of jobs to be done. This is where my idea comes in, said Dad. This is the pocket money chart. Biff, Chip, and Kipper looked at the chart. It had their names on it next to a list of jobs. The idea is that everyone has to help, said Dad. It's brilliant. But why is it called a pocket money chart? Asked Kipper. Dad tapped the chart. If you do the dots without a fuss, he said, you get extra pocket money. Mom liked the idea. You need extra pocket money on a holiday, she said. I suppose so, said Biff. So Biff washed up and Kipper dried. Chip took Floppy for a walk. Dad blew up the beds with a pump. I like the idea of this pocket money chart, said Mom. I don't, said Kipper. The next day they went to the beach. It was cold and windy, so nobody wanted to sit on the sand. Mom and Kipper played with Floppy. He chased a ball into the sea. Biff, Chip, and Dad went to look for shells. Biff looked along the beach for shells. She picked up a strange-looking rock. Look at this, she called. It's a rock with a spiral pattern on it. She showed it to Chip. It looks like a shell made of rock, he said. You've found a fossil, said Dad. Once it was a shellfish. Now it has turned into a rock. They showed it to Mom. It's millions of years old, she said. Millions of years, said Biff. That's amazing. They all began to look for fossils. Chip found a broken one. Biff liked looking for fossils. She wanted to find a really good one. It's time for supper, said Mom. Come on, let's go back to the campsite. On the way back, they stopped at the shop. Biff, Chip, and Kipper had the time to look round. The chip shop sold all kinds of things. It sold shells and beach toys. Kipper wanted to buy a boat. I haven't got enough pocket money, he said. Biff saw some fossils for sale. This one is amazing, she said, but it's very expensive. Well, it is millions of years old, said Chip. I'll need the extra pocket money to afford this, said Biff. Back at the camp, Biff had an idea. I'll do everyone's jobs, she thought. I can get all the extra pocket money. She told Biff she would wash and dry the dishes. Good, said Chip. I hate drying up. Kipper had to take Floppy for a walk around the field. He had to keep Floppy on a lead. I'll take him if you like, Biff said to Kipper. Kipper was pleased. That's good. I hate that job, he said. Dad saw Biff taking Floppy for his walk. What's she up to? He wondered. When Biff came back, he asked why she was doing everyone's job. Biff went weird. I want to own the extra pocket money, she said. I'm sorry, Biff, said Dad. I'm afraid you can't. You all have to do the jobs, not just you. But Kira don't mind, said Biff. That's not the point, said Dad. The idea is that we share the jobs. But I worked hard, said Biff. Biff was still upset when they went to the beach the next day. It's just not fair, she said. I did extra jobs, but I still won't get any more money. Come on, Biff, called Dad. It's such a lovely day to play in the sea. Biff, Chip, and Kipper played in the sea. They had a little plastic dinghy, and they took turns to sit in it. It's my turn, called Biff. No, I'm not getting out, said Kipper. Then we'll keep you out, laughed Chip. They all felt cold after they had been in the sea. Dad took them for a walk along the beach. Mom stayed behind. Biff began to look for fossils. If I can't buy one, maybe I could find a really good one, she thought. They came to a little rocky cove. Some people were in the cove. A camera team was doing a fashion shoot. I bet the girl is a model, said Chip. They are taking photos for a magazine. The girl smiled at them. I'd hate to be a model, said Chip. Biff, all you do is stand around for ages. Just look at the cameras, said Chip. Come on, said Kipper. We're looking for fossils, remember? They walked a long way, but they couldn't find any good fossils. It was time for lunch, so they went back to find Mom. We saw those people taking photographs, said Chip. After lunch, Biff and Chip went with Mom to the little rocky cove. The tide was coming in again, and the cove was filling with water. Biff pointed to something on a rock. It was a camera. The photographers must have left it behind, she said. It will soon be underwater, said Mom. You could swim across and get it, said Chip. But I'm not a very good swimmer, said Mom.